Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in my video is found on a public domain, and the full description's down below. Lots of love and many blessings your way. And a special thanks to everyone who has contributed information in this video. Last we heard, Meghan was peddling her foundation stateside. I couldn't figure out why. After doing some research, I'm going to give you guys a prime example as to how they benefit from these foundations. Prince Philip's linked to a Chicago-based charity foundation. This foundation in particular is set up to help young people in need. In 2017, more than $600,000 was raised, but they only delivered less than $46,000. That's a little more than 7% to those kids and young people in need. 7%, y'all. 7. And these jokers set up all of these philanthropy foundations. They want to be humanitarians and do-gooders, but really, they're hustling. That's what they're doing. Let's put a pause for some real talk real fast. Hey, y'all, let's face it. If this had been me or you or our families that was, running such a nasty hustle, we'd still be in prison, the nastiest part, and we wouldn't be getting out for a long time. Harry and Meghan have changed the charity status of their Sussex Royal Foundation. It's now going to be allowed to operate in all 53 Commonwealth countries. It may not be lasting too much longer, as it was told to me in the last 12 hours. I'm going to share with you guys the latest discoveries. Okay, so allegedly, Meghan spent just a short period of time the day before Thanksgiving with her mother. But on the day of, she spent with her friends. And real slick like, she had her PR people put out an old charity picture of her in Canada back in the day. Just given this implication, this undertone, that she had spent Thanksgiving in Canada working this charity. But in reality, she was scheduled to the max with meetings, trying to get her foot in any door that would open. Meanwhile, Harry was supposedly at a Soho House in Canada somewhere. That not only had they requested this break from royal duties, but there's a break between the couple. They'd spent all this time in couples therapy leading up to that point, and it wasn't rectifying the problems between them, and hence this separation between the two for these 6 weeks, which we'll get back to in just a second. Now, allegedly back in 2016, she had some sort of really quickie fling with Matt Lauer in a dressing room on the set of the Today Show. Now, as it was told to me, it was only through the strings Harvey Weinstein pulled that she was able to get on the Today Show anyhow. Now, do you remember right before the wedding, a friend of Harvey Weinstein's came out and told the media how he was bragging that he bagged this young lady that's about to take, this walk down the aisle with a British prince, and how exciting it was going to be to watch this, unfold on television. I've always heard that they've had a pretty good relationship, Meghan and Harvey, and these days he considers himself an advocate for women. He's a complete joke. They all are. So as she's in LA having all of these meetings, her merching stuff is still going strong, and a couple of other merching sites have since popped up. Putting all of her California business on hold, she took off to New York with full intentions on staying at the Soho House, which ended up backfiring on her. There was way too many photographers around, and it's been told to me that she's staying with a friend in New York. While she's been there, she's been having these meetings on the down low with Harvey Weinstein and Matt Lauer. Why them? I have no idea. And after her meetings with them, this is where it gets weird. Due to photographers, she decided she wasn't going to fly to Canada. So she rented a car instead. Drove to Canada thinking there's no problems. She's going to enter into Canada, go on over to the Soho House, meet up with Harry. When she gets to the border, they say, hey, you cannot, by law, enter into Canada. They force her to turn around. They give her no other option, and she heads back to New York, where she goes right back to that friend's house and they say she's sitting around waiting on Markus Anderson. Here's a couple of reasons why you would be denied at the Canadian border. Insufficient identification, that's just a given. Your criminal record could also keep you from getting in. You have no visa, no work permit. Now, if you're not familiar, there's a particular account on Twitter that seems to be in the loop. And I have contacted them several times over the last year to see if it was okay with them if I did say their Twitter account information in a video. And I've had no luck. In case you were wondering, that's why I scratched out their name. In my opinion, they seem to be extremely credible. They post some very interesting tweets. And I think you know who you are. Getting back to it. Meanwhile, she gets in touch with Harry, and whatever happened between them prior to this break has spilled over, and there's no resolution, evidently, at the moment. And here's what pops out into the media. First thing this morning, the one reason why Meghan Markle never stood a chance in the royal family. What do they know that we don't? Is it over? I guess we'll have to see what happens next. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all please stay safe and be blessed.